The 5, 6, 7 of swords. Remember, the 5, 6, 7s of small cards are the fixed signs of the zodiac. Swords are air. The fixed sign of air is Aquarius. So these three cards represent the 30 degrees of Aquarius. Now, the reason I've got them side by side here is to show you that on the Enochian tablets, all four Enochian tablets, fire, water, air, and earth, these three cards, if you will, appear on the horizontal row that separates the row of the Grand Cross that separates the Great Table into four sections. So, just wanted to say that. And today we're talking about the 5, 6, 7 of swords. Now, usually, especially when the 5 and the 7 show up in a reading, you groan. Oh no! Oh. Now, why are the swords so uncomfortable? You're almost never happy to see a sword come up unless it's a 2 or a 6. Look, the swords are air. They correspond to the Vav in Yod He Vav He. And in the Kabbalistic worlds, it's Yetzirah, the formative world, the blueprint world, the world of ideas before things manifest. Well, that translates in the human condition to our intellect. Kabbalistically, it's called the Ruach. The Ruach is our reasoning process, and it sort of has us held hostage. The Ruach holds the Neshama, our soul intuition, and our Chai, our life force itself, even our bodies. The Ruach holds everything hostage. It's like the projectionist in a theater that just barricades himself in the projection room and causes us to just think about life rather than live it. Okay? So, it's our thoughts. Swords are our thoughts and our reasoning process. And face it, even when we've got physical problems, it's how we think about our illnesses or our maladies that make all the difference in whether it is a crushing psychological catastrophe or if it's just an inconvenience. It's how we look at things. It's how we think about things. And so naturally, all of our anxieties, all of our neuroses, all of our bummers are primarily, or at least a great deal of it is mental. So obviously, the suit that's in the tarot that's going to give us comments on the mental processes would have very, very defeat, unstable effort, despair and cruelty coming up tomorrow. But anyway, so not apologizing. Five of Swords, let's get going. Five of Swords, defeat. 10 degrees, or 0 degrees to 10 degrees Aquarius, January 20th through January 29th. Venus in Aquarius. Oh, do you hear it rain out there? We got a little rain. Venus in Aquarius. Defeat. Gebora and Yetzirah, Venus in Aquarius. The color is bright scarlet. General divinatory meanings: failure, inadequate energy to maintain peace. Reason is undone by sentiment. Wow. Angels of the Shemhamphorush, NEL, Lord of Virtues, and Ma'a, Hope of all the earth. Day Spirit, Thoros, number 31. He's a mighty president and appeareth in the form of a strong man in human shape. He can give the understanding of men how they may know the virtues of all herbs and precious stones. He teaches the art of logic and ethics in all their parts. If desired, he maketh men invisible and to live long and be eloquent. He can discover treasures and recover things lost. He ruleth over 29 legions of spirits. Okay, 36, that was number 31. The night spirit is 36 spirits forward. 67. Amdusius or Amdukius. I love Amdukius' sigil. It's got like a sigil inside a sigil. Amdukius is a duke, great and strong, appearing at first like a unicorn. But at the request of the exorcist, he standeth before him in human shape, causing trumpets and all manner of musical instruments to be heard, but not soon or immediately. He can also cause trees to bend and incline toward the exorcist's will. I'm sure that might come in handy sometimes. Also, he giveth excellent familiars. He governeth 29 legions of spirits. The Enochian attributions, those squares, okay, that square appears in all 4 tablets. It appears as the O in the Mars Senior of the air tablet. You'd open that up in 2 = 9 and use call number 3. He is the I in the Venus Senior of the water tablet. You'd use 3 = 8 and open with by reciting the 4th Enochian call. All of these calls and all of these temple openings are in the appendix of this book. He is the D in Ladrum, the Mars Senior of the Earth tablet. You'd open up in 1 = 10 and use call 5. Now, in the Fire tablet, this square appears in 5 places, is within the name, the letters of the names. In the Fire tablet, it's the final A in Edelperna, the Sun King. He is the second A in Apdoke, the Venus Senior. He's the first A in the Saturn Senior. He's the first A in the Mars Senior, and he's the first A in the Moon Senior of the Fire tablet. All of those are the Fire tablets, which you'd open up in 4 = 7 and use call 6. Now, are all of the Swords bummer cards? No, not really. But remember, 5 is over there on the left-hand side of the Tree of Life. It's off the middle pillar, and it's a little unbalanced, and it has the potential of giving us difficulties. And the 7 is also over on the right side, so that's going to give us difficulty. But the 6 is right in the center of the middle pillar, the beautiful sixth Sephirah, Tifereth, the sphere of the sun. The Six of Swords, earn success, Mercury in Aquarius. (10 degrees to 20 degrees Aquarius, that's roughly January 30th through February 8th. Tifereth of Yetzirah. Color is rich salmon. This, of course, is the Prince scale of colors for the swords. General divinatory meaning, intellectual endeavors rewarded. Equilibrium of mental and moral faculties. The method of science, the aim of religion. Angels of the Shemhamferish, these guys whose names are right up there, Rehiel and Iaziel. Rehiel means swift to conquer, swift to condone. And Iaziel, making joyful. The day spirit of the Goetia is a big one. Asmodee. Number 32. He is a great king, strong and powerful. He appeareth with 3 heads, whereof the first is like a bull, the second like a man, and the third like a ram. He hath also the tail of a serpent, and from his mouth issues flames of fire. His feet are webbed like those of a goose. He sitteth upon an infernal dragon, and beareth in his hand a lance with a banner. He is first and choicest under the power of a Maimon. He goeth before all others. When the exorcist hath a mind to call him, let it be abroad, and let him stand on his feet at all times of action with his cap or headdress off. For if it be on, a Maimon will deceive him and call all his actions to be awry. But as soon as the exorcist seeth Asmodee in the shape aforesaid, he shall call him by name, saying, Art thou Asmodee? And he will not deny it, and by he will bow down unto the ground. He giveth the ring of virtues. He teaches the arts of arithmetic, astronomy, geometry, and all handicrafts absolutely. And he giveth true and full answers unto thy demands. He maketh one go invisible. He showeth the place where treasures lie, and guardeth it. He is among the legions of a Maimon, governeth 72 legions of spirits infernal. You can tell that this guy originally came sort of a different order of Kabbalistic magic spirits, okay? But he got himself listed among the 72 angels or spirits of the Shemhamferish in the lesser key of Solomon. I've got to remind you, if you want to find rhyme or reason between the rulerships of these various Goetic spirits from the lesser key, you're going to be frustrated and confused. Within the system and the structure of just the Goetia itself, from the lesser key, you treat all 72 kind of in the same way and on the same level of class. The night spirit of the Goetia is Belial. Boy, for me, that Belial was a real roller coaster ride. Never share Belial with a fellow magician. As a matter of fact, never share a fiend with a friend. Ever. At least in my opinion, Solomonic magic is something that is done by oneself. He is a mighty and powerful king, and was created next after Lucifer. He appeareth in the form of two beautiful angels sitting in a chariot of fire. He speaketh with a comely voice, and declareth that he fell first from among the worthier sort that were before Michael and the other heavenly angels. His office is to distribute presentations and senatorships, and to cause favor of friends and foes. He giveth excellent familiars, and governeth 50 legions of spirits. Note well that this King Belial must have offerings and sacrifice and gifts presented unto him by the exorcist, or else he will not give true answers unto his demands. That should tip you off right there. But he tarrieth not 1 hour in truth, unless he be constrained by divine power. In other words, he lies. He lies a lot. You got to be constantly saying, hey, was that a lie? Oh, yeah, I was lying to you. Okay, on the air tablet, he is the R of the Mars Senior. You'd open 2 = 9, use call 3. He's the O in the Venus Senior of the Water Tablet, which you'd use 3 = 8 and call number 4. He is the I of Ladrum, the Mars Senior of the Earth Tablet. You'd open up in 1 = 10 and use call number 5. On the Fire Tablet, he appears twice, as the P in Edelperna, the King, and in the P in Aepdoke, the Venus Senior. For both, you'd open up in 4 = 7 and use call number 6. On the Earth Tablet, he's also the I in Exotekal, the Sun King. Again, open up in 1 = 10 and use call number 5. Finally, the 7 of Swords. Unstable effort. See, number 7's way over there on the right-hand side of the Tree of Life, sort of off balance in and of itself. Last decan, or 20 to 30 degrees of Aquarius, February 9th through February 18th, just last month. Moon in Aquarius, Netzach of Yetzirah. Prince scale of colors is bright yellow-green. General divinatory meanings: futility, indecisiveness, appeasement. Swimming against the tide, insufficient energy and will to complete the task. Angels of the Shemhamferish. Hahail, whose mystical meaning is triune, and Mikael. Now there's lots of Mikaels running around. You got your Mikael Archangel, you got your Mikael Angel, you got your Mikael Shemhamferish Angel. Who is like unto him? The day spirit is Gap. Number 33, G-A-A-P. He's a great president and a mighty prince. He appeareth when the sun is in some of the southern signs, and his human shape going before 4 great and mighty kings, as if he were a guide to, conducting them along their way. His office is to make men insensible or ignorant. As also in philosophy to make them knowing, and in all liberal arts and sciences. He can cause love or hatred. Also he can teach thee to consecrate those things that belong to the dominion of Amaemon his king. He can deliver familiars out of the custody of other magicians, and answereth truly and perfectly of things past, present, and to come. He can carry and recarry men very speedily from one kingdom to another, at will and pleasure of the exorcist. He ruleth over 66 legions of spirits. He was of the order of potentates. The night spirit is Decabria. I'll better pronounce that Decar Abia. He appeareth in the form of a star in a pentacle. At first, but after, at the command of the exorcist, he put us on the image of a man. His office is to discover the virtue of birds and precious stones, and to make a similitude of all kinds of birds to fly before the exorcist, singing and drinking as natural birds do. He governeth 30 legions of spirits, being himself a great marquis. Enochian attributes from the Grand Cross of the Elemental Tablets. He's first O in the Mars Senior of the Air Tablet. Temple opening 2 = 9, call number 3. He is the L of the Venus Senior of the Water Tablet, which you'd open in 3 = 8 and use call number 4. And on the Earth Tablet, he's the A in all sorts of things. He's the A in the Sun King of the Earth Tablet. He's the A in the Mars Senior of the Earth Tablet. He is the A in the first A in the Jupiter Senior of the Earth Tablet. He's the A, initial A, in the Venus Senior of the Earth Tablet, and he's the A, the initial A, in the Mercury Senior of the Earth Tablet. And for that, you'd open up in 1 = 10, use call number 5. On the Fire Tablet, he is the big capital D in Aip Doke, the Venus Senior of the Fire Tablet, which you would open with temple opening 4 = 7 and call number 6. Well, that's it for today. A gloomy day, but we needed the rain. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow with even more unpleasant cards from the Suit of Swords. And then we'll move on to some very solid small card discs. Anyway, just to remind you, we're reading from my Tarot of Ceremonial Magic, the book that goes with the cards, that I'm ecstatic that a new printing of the cards is happening right now. We'll if you hadn't been able to get them recently, hang on. They'll be with us next month. Anyway, continue to be good to yourself and be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will.